Hello everybody, how are you doing? That's what I want to hear. Hi everybody, my name is Nylander. And I'm the founder of Wildflowers of London, which is a marketing consultancy. I primarily work with startups and scale-ups and people doing this Series A. I love a bit of investment. And I'm going to be hosting this Fireside chat today. I think we've heard some really interesting things in the first panel and some really great examples of creativity and what we're doing in the audio space. I'm going to come to you first, Maria. But actually, before I do that, Maria and Les, could you quickly introduce yourselves, please?
I'd love to.
Good.
Louise, thank you very much for moderation and being the amazing. This lady and her team have helped us to set this up, and I have to say, they are incredible team. I am delighted that this is a part of the Save Now marketing team, so we're winning here.
Oh, you make me shine.
I am Maria Cadbury, and I'm the Global and Strategic Partnerships Director. So my job is very much to bring partners on board, which I'm really excited about the conversation we're going to have, and bring in the revenue, because we all like some cash. And that is me. And Les.
Hi there. I am Les Seifer. I'm the Global Head of Creative for Tremor International, which if you don't know is Unruly, SSP, Tremor Video, DSP. We kind of do end-to-end tech stack, very centered on video, very heavily into the CTV, connected TV space. And we have an in-house creative studio named Truly, which has been going strong for a while, and that kind of supports all of the business, very video focused.
I'm so excited because Les, I used to be the global marketing director of Unruly, and I'd never met Les in person until today, but we worked with each other, so I'm so, this is just like so exciting.
I miss you.
I miss you too. Right, Maria. So we talked on the first panel, I think there was some really interesting sort of insights. Can you give us some other examples of creativity in audio and what you guys have been doing at Say It Now with your clients?
Yeah, I mean, I have worked in this career for 20 plus years, and for me, I've seeked out innovation at every single point. And I feel right now, moving into a world that's radio, that people don't think is exciting, it's actually digital audio, and then we brought actionable audio to the world, which means we brought digital transformation, which means you get attribution data, so you can actually hear an audio ad and you can talk to it. Honda's working with us, and you have a fantastic Honda ad, and then you'll get a link to a test drive. Pizza Hut, you talk to it like, yeah, I want to open a Pizza Hut deal, and you get a coupon to your phone. My favourite that I've gone proactively after was Disney, because I've got children, and I was like, I want a Disney skill.
Everybody wants to
let it go. Let it go. I actually went after Frozen, but they put Lion King, so I'll have that part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Well, yes, no, so that is the world of audio. What we're doing is, what we're all doing in audio, like the first panel talked about, is wildly exciting. But we actually look at the smart speaker as a voice landing page. So when you do a digital campaign, you have your landing page. Well, with voice, it's the same, because I don't know about any of you, but if you don't have to Google something, you don't. If you can use your voice, and I do everything with my voice in the Alexa, so that is it. So we started off with actionable audio ads on smart speakers, so you listen to the radio on smart speaker, but actually we see it as an omni-channel. And I say, like, if you're going to drive down to see an out-of-home ad, are you going to go and Google it, or are you going to ask? So you're going to use your voice. But the reason we started in the audio space, and then we've extended it out, and this is the really exciting thing that I'm delighted, because the next channel is connected TV, and we looked around and we were like, there is the number one, we want the number one in the world of video distribution.
Les stepped into the fight.
I can't take all the credit.
Yeah, well, it's it. So then we were like, what about actionable advice? What about actionable connected TV? And this is the partnership that we now have with Truly, Tremor, and Unruly, that is really exciting. And the team here are rolling it out. I think I'm going to hand over to Les to build on that, aren't we?
Shall I build on that? Sure. So, you know, I've been doing creative for a long time. So it was even pre-video display. And I was saying to someone earlier, we've seen this pendulum swing every couple of years over the last dozen years of creativity, technology. People playing catch up on the tech side. People forget, they take their eyes off the creative side for a while. And it's like, oh, what about the creative? So it's like display. Then you had in-stream video. How do you do in-stream video across all screens? That was the big deal. And then it was like, oh, but what are we doing about creative? And then it was about programmatic. You build up, you need a DSP, you need an SSP. It became a race to the bottom, all about cost and efficiency. What about the creative? It's suffering. And when they say, what about the creative? It's really, what about the audience? What about us as consumers and viewers really, because we are the people who are getting these ads. And I think that often gets forgotten in this industry. So to me, we've seen the evolution. It's come back. It's been very creative focused in the video space for the last few years. I think the cookie thing, the targeting thing has maybe put more emphasis on the creative. You need to be really solid with your video creative right now. When maybe the targeting, there are plenty of targeting solutions, but if you don't have them, the creative needs to do the job of speaking and be actionable in any way possible. So, something like this, we've been doing all screen video solutions. We do interactive video, mobile and desktop. Everybody knows what you can do there. CTV, connected TV, it's been fairly limited because there's no universal specs, ad specs. There's no, the browser support to be able to click out to a browser or get to a browser from an in-app video experience is not really possible universally. The remotes are clunky. It's no fun doing this to interact with anything. So the biggest game in town for the last year has been the QR code. We've had 26 times growth in QR codes, which seems it's like QR codes are so old. Who cares about a QR code? But I think it shows that there's a hunger to have actionable, engaging ads in a connected TV space. And we can do a lot with the QR code if someone actually scans it. But I heard someone mention lean back experience, lean forward. I think to me, what's great about this is TV, unlike these other things, is very lean back. You're sitting back, you have popcorn in your hand, who knows what you're doing. And to pull out your phone and have the wherewithal to scan that QR code when you see something that you want to do, you want to book a test drive, you want to add something to a cart, you want to download an app, you don't have much time to do it, and all of a sudden you're going very quickly into a lean forward. So this is, I just think about my living room, right? And like we have an Alexa device, we have the TV, we have everything in this one room, everyone's hanging out. We speak to our smart speaker all day long. My son's doing homework. He's asking every fifth question to Alexa. Alexa, what's the capital of whatever, and then I come in and give me some Wii pads, Alexa. It's become so intuitive and so natural to us to speak to these things. And they haven't really been connected. It's in the same room, but it hasn't really been connected to the TV or the other devices at this point. So to me, this is just the beginning of this thing that I'm very excited about, to be able to connect those two worlds and make more of a lean back, intuitive experience for CTV is very exciting to me.
It sounds really, really exciting. And so for advertisers, we've got a few agencies in the room. What are the key benefits that they would get from this partnership between Tremor and Seifer?
Besides working with us.
Yeah, besides working with working with this beautiful lady, what else could you do?
No. So the really beautiful thing here is, and we haven't really developed it out, is like, yes, you've talked about the lean back and the QR codes, which I think is really powerful, but let's go back to, like we've talked to some clients right now, it's automotive, and we've had talking to FMCGs, but think of the Pizza Hut campaign, where you're leaning back, you're watching it, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it's like, do you want to get a coupon to your phone? Well, I'm about to have Friday night, pizza night, yes I want it, and that's the beautiful thing. So it's actually the lean back, it's actually servicing consumer behaviour, but the big thing that is you're going to have attribution data. So we'll be able to say, well, who's seen this ad? What's the target audience? How long do they tap to it? What do they do? Do they buy? Are we selling something? Are we giving them a link to do a test drive? Or are they actually going to get a coupon phone and we can give you that data? And this data is never, ever been possible till we built it. So I'm super proud of the company. I'm super proud of the fact that we've managed to do a partnership with this amazing team. And I think for you guys is you're actually servicing humans, looking after your customers, and which is really nice. And the other side to it is you're taking your actual customer. So we're all responsible, right? We all have brands, right? That brand is now talking to their customer. And so one of the things that we've done recently is a neuroscience study we did with Octave here and with Group M here. And what we did is it's shown that if you talk to an ad, you have got 25% brand recall. Yeah. So suddenly you've got somebody at home leaning back, talking to the amazing creative, and things like that, and getting real value. So
I used the validation of that study to, one of my friends was like, why do you always talk to yourself? I was like, well, did you know that when you say something out loud, you've got 25% recall? Not that I'm just a nutter. Anyway, Les, can you talk to us about any creative examples or things that you've done in this space that you think would be interesting for our audience today?
Yeah, I mean, so, we, we're just getting started with this partnership, but
Yeah.
the things we've done already, I will say, so let's take BMW as an example, right? Picture getting a connected TV ad. It's for the i4. It's a new electric vehicle. You're super excited about it. Normally with a CTV ad, what are you going to do? You want to learn more about the technology. You want to book a test drive, get a brochure. What is it? Very limited options to do that. So what we're going to do is produce a video ad, whether we're helping to produce it with BMW or taking existing assets that they're shooting already for TV, but not thinking about media plans and engagement and all these other things, which is so often the case. So be able to come in and just create this video ad. You have a CTA. Speak to your smart speaker. Ask this very specific command. It's basically a CTA, and then the sky's the limit. And then these guys take over. The attribution to me is the biggest, like the most key thing about this. Quite frankly, I think advertisers, everyone's looking for a return on their investment right now. Their advertising spend, every dollar needs to be accounted for. So they're going to want to see, can I tie that engagement to this specific TV ad? What did they do after they engaged? What are the insights I can get from what they did after they engaged? Which to us, at Truly, one of our big things is showing deeper insights than just your standard KPIs. Who cares about completion rates, click-through rates, all these things? Like how much time did they spend with the ad? What did they do? What did they do after they left the ad? These are things that I'm so excited we can actually report on these things, and that's going to be a big piece of it.
Yeah, no, I think attribution is key. Were you going to say something?
No, I was going to say that we're having some joined up conversation with brands right now, and they are it's really exciting when clients get excited. Like you're talking to them.
I will say, the few conversations we've had already with brands, and I'm talking major brands, they're very excited about this. Everybody wants the new technology, the first to market, but I think it's more than that. It's not just that it's new and exciting, they might win an award with it. This is really actually something new that provides value, and it leans towards the future, which is where I think you're going to see this blend of like audio and video. We're not going to make these distinctions in the home or in the buying teams that handle all these different things. It's just going to be different, more holistic campaigns across all screens and all mediums, essentially.
Yeah, because I think ultimately consumers don't see silos.
No.
We make these silos in our
That's right.
industry. We create all this jargon and this language,
Yeah.
but consumers just see ads. They don't know where they came from, or that's an audio ad, or that's this. And they actually, they buy into brands, and that is that feeling and connection that they have with brands.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring our little fireside chat to an end. I'd like to thank both Les and Maria for joining me today. We've got one more panel, and then we will let you, we've got cocktails coming. So if you can just hold tight, you're going to have some cocktails. But thank you, everyone.